Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, September 28th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, Cony, NVDY, Misty, and AMZY. All right. First, guess what? Guess what time it is? It's like time. So last week's video, I asked for likes, and I did get them, and we exceeded the goals. This weekend, I'm going to go a little aggressive. You see I got 933 likes. That was through the entire 7 days. Of course, most of the likes happen, during the day of the video or sometimes maybe the day after. And then obviously people, I guess, could watch it days later, but the video is kind of irrelevant after a few days, unfortunately, which is what sucks about my content. However, regardless of that, I want to try to get 1,000 likes over this weekend. So basically, as soon as I post this video, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 likes before I start the Monday recap. And obviously, I'll try to let you guys know during the Monday recap if we hit that goal. So that being said, obviously, if you enjoy this content, please take a moment right now, hit the like button. I will wait. How much time do you need? Like 5 minutes? I'll wait 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so that's it. Let's get 1,000. I think we could do it. What do you think? Anyway, enough for the crap. Let's move on. So let's go to the beginning. All right. So there were some trades yesterday. Yeah, it was Friday. So what do you expect? Of course, there was trades. Lots and lots and lots of trades. So here's TSLY. A lot going on. Selling calls, BC puts, buy calls, selling puts. All right, some synthetic action. And then obviously closing out weeklies. But, this is a lot of gibberish. I'm not going to get into in detail. I just want to show you what it reflects. And let's go take a look at the spreadsheet. Okay, so we had a synthetic 240 and 245. So the 240, 29,148 contracts. So if we go here, right, you see, okay, they sold the call, BC'd the put right at the top two, right? So when they sell the call, they make money. They made 35.60, BC'd the put, they paid 15.40, right? So that's good. When you plug it into the spreadsheet, it actually netted 58.8 million closing out that synthetic position. Is this a synthetic bailout? Oh, yes, of course it is. So, they had to do what they had to do. They made money, so good job. Overall, the synthetic 240 had a profit of 46.9 million. So that's not bad at all. The synthetic 245, this one was untouched, believe it or not. 1,315 contracts. This is still worth money, obviously. They're priced 6.3% above the strike of that, 49 days away. The new synthetic is 29,148 contracts. It cost them 15 million to start the position, which, little expensive, but it's kind of the going rate here. The strike price of it is 255, obviously above what the old one was, but right away they're it's profitable. If they sold it today, obviously they won't, but that's why it cost so much money, because it's it was slightly above. Again, I don't know at the time of the trade, but right now as of the close, it's showing slightly above Tesla, slightly above the strike price. 11:15 expiration, which is similar to the other synthetic. So we'll see how that plays out. Pretty decent gap, $10 gap between the two, but this is the majority, so that's what matters. All right, let's go to the September tab, and then I'll show you how much the synthetic bailout netted us. So yesterday, Tesla went up 2.45%. TSLY went up 1.07%. So yeah, we're kind of capped. Where we got? Yeah, I got too much on the screen now. All right, so let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, so we had at the top, anything in gray, FYI, is covered previously. So the 250 sold call at the top, they paid $9 to close it. And then the 260, credit call spread, they had, at the same time, they closed both of them at the same time. So when you close the sold call, you're paying something to close it. When you close the bought call, you're selling it. So you're making money in the process. So between the two, you could see, quite the hit. Again, the point of the credit call spread is to avoid, excess damages to the hit. So it gave at least 71 cents. So, $9 per share hit. Here's 71 cents to offset that damage. Again, not huge help there. But in the end, actually, this should be green for a credit. But in the end, they lost 26.2 million on that call, and they got a 2 million credit for the credit call spread. But if you look at both contracts, they both cost us more than what we made, so they ended up in the loss bucket for both of them. If you happen to hear any background dripping noise, it is raining. And for those of you close to the storm, be careful out there. I know it's already hit and doing some quite the damage. All right. The other position, they had 1,315 contracts. That was a 255 strike price. This one, it cost $392 to close. Not as bad as the first one, but again, it's a loss. They lost money. This one had nothing attached to it, no security guard, no butt buddy, no nothing. So it was on its own, and because it was on its own, it lost 124,000. So another loss, another one in the loss column. All right, so heading into next week, what was the decision going through the TSLY fund manager's eyes? Well, if you look, what do you see? You don't see a credit call spread. You do see sold calls, right? So if we go back to our handy dandy spreadsheet, our handy dandy intraday trades, you can see, okay, they sold any SS, right? Short sale, this is what they sold into next week. So the bottom four, you can see, the bottom three from the top, and then one at the very bottom, they're solo, right? They're selling calls solo. So there's no B to buy a call, as part of the credit spread. Again, if you're trying to read the trades, I'm just wanted to mention that. Okay, so what did they do? 29,148 contracts, 277.50 strike price, 6.54% out of the money. 1,315 contracts, 280 strike price, 7.5% out of the money. Annualized yield, 60% and 51%. Their 30-day IV is, 75%? Good Lord. So they are yielding much less than that, which is fine. It's fair for them to go out of the money like this because, again, the market's just been going up, and you feel like it's going to correct and go down, and it doesn't happen. So this is a pretty good position to be in. Should they have credit call spreads? I don't know, man. I don't know. Every time they do, they go so far out that it doesn't really help much. So, preferably, if I own TSLY, I would be happy with these calls. Outstanding shares, they did go up 225,000, so that's good. All right, so the recap is we talked about 30-day IV, which is this is really good, 75%. So that's nice premium. Outstanding share total 53,475,000. Total net income is a loss of 80 million. So we can't go any further from there. And yes, they got bailed out, synthetic bailout. So welcome, life preserver. And declaration date is early next week. And people, I asked, do you care to see estimates? Because it's going to be every weekend. And everyone says yes. Well, everyone that responded at least. So I'll take a look, guys. No promises. If I do it, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll do my best. Let's just say that. All right. So declaration date for Group A. This is the first of the group distributions. They should declare soon. So I'll try to get something out, hopefully, this weekend If not, maybe Monday recap. I don't know. We'll see, guys. You'll know. Again, you got to set the notification so it tells you when the video comes up. So synthetic income, look at that number. Massive. By the way, I have formulas here. Look at the formulas. Look how many damn tabs I had to make for different synthetics. So you guys think like, all right, just do another one, No, these spreadsheets are out of control. That's why, the summarized version on some of these is helping. The detailed version, it's very involved and it's very easy to screw up on top of it. And if you screw up the whole thing. But either way, enough bitching. Synthetic income, 135 million. Short call loss, 80 mil. That's a net income of 55.2 mil. A total income of $1.03 per share. So you could probably guess that the estimate for this month may be over $1, right? Last month, they announced 81 cents. The month prior, 96. The month prior, $1. They actually made $1.03 per share, per what I'm showing. So what again, what are they going to pay? That's what people want to know. It's not going to be more than $1.03, that's for sure, at least in my opinion. So I think it'll be in the range. It could be over $1. It would probably be smart to pay a little less because TSLY, it's on a recovery, right? And we'll see how things go. Wins and losses for the month: 7 wins, 9 losses. Not the best record. Rodimator's useless when it comes to the weeklies, but we'll focus on the IV. So the IV is 76%. Which, again, I'm just like, wow. So that being said, the estimate is 90 cents. So, again, guesstimate right now between 90 cents and $1.03. I think people would be happy with any number in between. Outstanding holdings. So we got the synthetics in pink. We got the orange calls hanging out on the bottom. And then we got blue weeklies. So nothing exciting going on. We kind of covered the details. So total net assets of TSLY, again, getting up there, 757 mil. The trade price is 14.16, and I'm sorry, the NAV is 14.16, but the trade price comes up as 14.20. Okay, so that is for TSLY. Moving on to NVDY. So NVDY sold a call, and then BC'd another call. Obviously, they closed out their weeklies with their credit call spreads, and then they opened a new one. I'm not sure why. Again, the sold call and the BC are in, they're not touching each other. They're done at different times. Again, they probably do one big transaction essentially as like a rolling order. Many legs, I guess 4 legs they call it. So this is probably the order they got executed. They all have to execute, or the rolling order won't happen. So I assume this is within seconds, and that's why the order is reflecting this way. I don't know how they post their trades, but it's probably some type of automated thing based on the actual order. But obviously they closed out the weekly, opened a new one. That's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. All right, so let's go to NVDY. All right, so NVDY has a 119. They didn't touch this. 119 synthetic. This expires November 15th, 49 days away. Nothing further to talk about there. We go to the September tab. NVIDIA went down 2.13%. NVIDIA went down 1.16%. So not a bad day. Not at all. And check this out. Let's take a look. All right, again, gray we covered, so we don't talk about gray. Let me zoom in slightly. There we go. Beauty. All right, look at the very top. All right, row 21, 121 call. Look what they paid, 25 cents. Unfreaking believable, 25 cents. Out of the money? No, they were in the money by 0.29%, at least as of the close. So this was a nail biter, man. This was a freaking nail biter, but they won. And then if you look at the bottom, credit call spread, Mr. Security Guard, not needed. So we shut him down. He gave us 2 cents and we called it a day. So if we go to the right, yeah, we got to win, man. We got to win. We only paid $1 million to close it. $8.8 million profit when all said and done. So that was a really good win. However, the other position, the credit call spread, ate into that and cost us $5 million in total. So again, that's the downside of these. They're eating away into the profits. And then if you go to the yield, where is it? Annualized yield, the top one, yeah, we yielded 78%. That's great. But the bottom, it cost us 47%. So essentially we yielded about 31%, which still, pretty decent. But again, credit call spreads are there to protect us, but they do cost money. All right, so what else is going on? Well, they had this other position, 43,820 contracts. This was done on the 25th, 130 strike price. This is now 7.13% out of the money heading into next week for 5 trading days. Okay, I'll take it. Now, here's the new position, 43,820 contracts. So like an even split, they lowered that baby. They lowered that strike price. Oh, man, they did. 123. What do you guys think of that? 1.36% out of the money. Wow. But why did they do that? It's because they wanted a closer credit call spread. And it's not even that close. It's still $5 away. So the credit call spread strike is 128. And that's 5.44% out of the money. So if you look at the annualized yield between the two, right? What do they got? Around like 50 something percent, which, it's above the 30-day IV. So that's okay. But very brave move. However, they do have 50% of the contracts that are sitting up above 7.13% out of the money. So the 130 call is actually above the 128 buy call. So interesting scenario for next week. I'm looking down. There's a cricket. Don't worry, guys. I won't kill the cricket. He's just hanging out. It's not a spider cricket. It's just a normal cricket. Harmless. Nowhere to go. It's raining out. So anyway, so interesting plays here. Interesting strike prices. As an NVDY holder, I think it's good. I like it. But we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. Outstanding shares. Nothing, man. Nothing. No one bought it. But a bunch of people bought the other day, so no need. 30-day IV, 46%. Outstanding shares, 44,900,000. Net income is still a loss on the weeklies, $27.8 million loss. Reaction, yeah, I'll give them the win. They won. Good job. 11 days till declaration date, so that would be the following weekend. All right, so for the month of September, they're sitting at 18.5 million in synthetic income. However, their losses for the weeklies exceed that 27 mil. So yeah, unfortunately, total income per share is in the hole. We're in the hole. Weeklies in the hole. So we can't even use the Rotomator. But if we just look at the IV, we're looking at a whopping 92 cents. Whoopie frickin' do. Win-loss rate for the month, 6 wins, 7 losses. Prior month's distribution, if you're curious, $1.35. What will NVIDIA pay? Too early to tell, but, probably not $1.35, but you never know. We'll see. Okay. Holdings. Do we care? Not really. Because our synthetic expires on November 15th, and these weeklies, again, we got a whole week. So no reason to even talk about that because we just did. The more important piece is the total net assets or assets under management or whatever you want to call it is over $1 billion, and that's what matters. The NAV is $23.90, trade price $23.93. Now, no trades for Misty, but we will cover it right now because Misty closed out their weeklies the day before, right? So if I go here, if I scroll next, right, AMZY's next in line. So we'll skip over, but we'll go to Misty first. So Misty has the synthetic of 160. They're already 10% above the freaking 160. Oh, crap. I didn't talk about the TSLY synthetic bailout money. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Quick rewind. TSLY synthetic bailout money. What the hell did I do? All right, here's TSLY. All right, here it is, guys. Sorry, guys. That's why I should cover it when I get to this tab. So this synthetic, that the closeout that they made on the synthetic, they made 58 mil. The weeklies, they paid 24.1 mil. So between those two, on the 29,000 contracts, they made 34 mil. The closeout on the 1315, they only closed out the weeklies. They didn't touch the synthetic. So that cost them 515,000. Now the new position overall, the synthetic cost them 15 mil. The weeklies paid 8.8 mil. And for the 1315, they paid 337,000. But what you care about is in green, the net is 27.9 million. So I just want to show you, I wanted to show you that the synthetic bailout was successful. This is taxable income, all right? Apologize for going backwards. Bear with me. All right, so again, the 160 is looking pretty good for the Misty synthetic. So we'll jump to the September tab. MSTR is freaking out of control lately. Crypto is nuts. It went up 6.17%. MSTY went up 5.16%, 25.88. Do you believe that? Do you believe what is happening with Misty? Look at this. Earlier in the month, $19. You could have bought it $19. I mean, my dividend car account, as you know, I bought a crap load of Misty. I was down a lot. I was down about 4,000. As of yesterday, I am up 4,000. So it's amazing how quick it can change. And I did not sell. I wanted to sell for a profit in my head, and I'm like, no, that's not the point of this account. Plus, I don't know what crypto's going to do. Crypto's doesn't seem like it's slowing down, so we'll see. All right, here we go. The current position is all eggs in one basket, really, but they do have a credit call spread. 33,490 contracts, 175 strike price. This is already in the money, and they have a whole week ahead, 0.69% in the money. However, they do have backup, a little far away, though, $15 away. The buy call is 7.82% out of the money. So, of course, as of right now, it's worth more than what they paid, which we could check the holdings. So if they did a closeout synthetic bailout roll, hopefully I would think it would pay more than $1.68 until the time value dwindles down. But we'll take a look at that. So we'll see how this plays out. Outstanding shares went down by 175,000, and I guess that's because people are taking profit. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong. Who would have thought you could make capital gains on YieldMax funds? But yeah, why not take the profit, right? I need the income, you know. My account serves a purpose. It pays me, it pays the car. So, yeah, of course, selling it may be smart if crypto drops next week. But I'm not here to time the market in that account. I'm here to just make an income. 30-day IV, 83%. Outstanding shares, 22.2 mil. And then the weeklies have a loss of 32.3 mil. All right, so let's go to the next tab, which is reaction. What is the reaction? Save me, yeah, save me, because my calls are in the money. So not quite the bailout yet, but they're just letting everyone know they need to be saved. Synthetic income for Misty for the month, 68 million. Short call income is a loss, 32 mil. So total net income is 35 million. That comes to a total income per share of $1.60. And is that what they're paying? No, the month is far from over. They have more time. They do have 10 wins, 7 losses. And by the way, last month's distribution was $1.85. So they're kind of in line to pay that, maybe even more. Rotomator is useless as far as the weeklies because, you know, none of these are freaking making money on the weeklies. But if you look here, we do have the IV being 83%. If you use that number, then we're looking at $1.80. So right now, the estimate is essentially between the $1.60 and the $1.80. So again, but we have what, 25 days till declaration. That's crazy. All right, holdings, nothing to talk about, but the one thing I did want to look at, right? See the 190, row 7. Right now, they can get $3.43 per share for that. What did they pay for it? If you go here, they paid $1.68. Isn't that awesome? So if they close it out, right, they can make a lot of money. However, obviously, you see the sold call, right? They have to close that out too. But the good thing is, they'll make money, or offsetting money, we'll call it, on the credit call spread, essentially helping the damage. And they also have the synthetic bailout money. So between the two, that's why we can capture some decent upside on Misty, even though we blew through our calls. So total net assets, 576 mil, NAV 25.93, trade price 25.88. Pretty big gap there, but we'll see how next week goes. And now, last but not least, we have AMZY and Cony. Again, there's not much, I don't go through the trades in detail on the spreadsheet, but we can just at least take a look and see what happened. So obviously, if you guys understand how to read the intraday trades, there's just a lot going on. Sold a call, BC to call, and then sold another call, bought a call. It's all, in proper order. If we look at the expiration dates, does it look like the synthetic was touched? No, it does not, because you have 9/27 closeouts, which was yesterday, and then 10/4 opens for next week. So that's, the dead giveaway if you're interested in that. But we don't really care about the nitty-gritty detail. We care about where do we stand on AMZY. Since AMZY was first, we'll pull up AMZY first here. Amazon for yesterday, it went down by $3.19, which is down 1.7%. AMZY went down 1.07%. So whole market's going up, not Amazon. All right, so what do we got here? How did we do? Well, we got synthetic put. Nothing changed there, right? To the 185. They didn't touch that, so no need to, obviously. And they got all new calls heading into next week. What kind of calls? Well, they got a 192.50. It's interesting because my formula pulls, the right. Look at all those zeros after the 192.50. What the hell are they doing? All right, so we got a 192.50, 2.4% out of the money. And then we got two different credit spreads. This is, again, different type of strategy. So they got 7,000 on one credit call spread, and then the difference on the other. So one credit call spread is at a 195, and the other is at a 197.50. Interesting play for next week. May work, may not. Who the hell knows? Obviously, in orange is the synthetic call. All right, so synthetic bailout, we don't really need to talk about that much, but let's look at the 30-day IV. 30-day IV is 29.88%. IV estimate comes to 49 cents. Their declaration is 1023. They're part of Group B, so they got a ways. Total net assets, 175 mil. The NAV is 1957, and the trade price is 1959, okay? Now, what else? That's my options stuff. I'll go over the options at the end. So here's Cony. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's Cony. This is tough. I mean, this is why, this is why I can't cover all four funds, guys. I mean, this is an exact reason. The amount of effort to plug in this data is just ridiculous. But they did a lot. Let's just say that. So let's just go right to the spreadsheet. If it was my full-time job, sure, I'll do it all day. I love this stuff, but let's be realistic. Especially I had the live stream yesterday with Scott Asacek, if I said that right, from Rec Shares. I hope you guys watched it. If not, I'll pin it to the top of the comments, by the way. And then, after that, it's like, okay, the kids are somewhat being quiet. I come upstairs, and then they're hyper, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not done. And now I have to do the intraday trade. So obviously Fridays are, pretty crazy, especially if you have a freaking interview. Okay, so anyway, for Cony, we got the, the synthetic put. What do we got the gold digger, though. They still leaving the gold digger around. The gold digger is that 195, right? Should we make her gold? Do we even have a gold color? Someone said I'm showing my age when I sing, "You take my money." That's a Jamie Foxx song. You ever hear of it? Gold Digger? No? I don't know. But yeah, I guess I am old. 41, 42. I don't even know. 42 now. Jesus, that's horrible. All right. The gold digger is still there, 195. You know, is it the one? Yeah, and the 185. Where'd the 185 come from? But, or is it the 185? I can't even. There's two gold diggers now. All right. Either way, guys, whatever. Coin is priced at 191, right? So it is above the. Oh no, that's more. Okay, that's never mind. That's not a gold digger because we are above. What the hell? We are above 185. The reason that costs more, if you look to the left, this is a good example of time value. See the expiration date? It's 11/15. Okay, so although coin is at 191, which is above the put, you know, it's more expensive to close that one because it has more time value in the premium. The 195, you know, coin is not above 195, but this one has a closer expiration. So that shows it has less time value, which makes it slightly cheaper. So I'm glad I was able to mention that, if that helped at all. Anyway, then we got the buy calls in orange, and then we got a whole bunch of crap in the middle. So let's take a look what's going on. Sold calls, credit call spreads. Are they doing one for every single one? Let's see, 22,065, 22,065, check. 6640, 6640, check. 7,220, nope, 6640. So they did leave off some shares with no credit call spread. Not sure why, but it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is we have strike price of 187.50. That's already 1.95% in the freaking money. This is the largest position, right? Its bailout is what, 205? And that's 7.2% away from being much of help. And then we got a 195 call sold, 1.97% out of the money, and then a 200, 4.59% out of the money. And then obviously the credit call spreads down below, 210 and 215. You know, interesting week. Crypto is on the rise. At least, you know, Cony has a little more room to grow for their sold calls. Misty, not so much. So we'll see how, you know, Cony recovers. If crypto keeps going up, it may be good, really good week for Cony. We'll see. All right. Synthetic bailout money is not much, but obviously it looks like they use some of it anyway. So we don't really need to get into that. Let's look at the 30-day IV. Bam, 69%. IV estimate, 81 cents, which is part of Group C. Deck date is 10/16. So total net assets, 662 mil. The NAV is 1405. Trade price is 1407. So that was a lot of information, and I'm freaking dead. I'm feeling a little better, but not really. I actually took a nap in the afternoon yesterday, and I did not leave myself enough time to fully wake up before the interview, but I think it went decent, hopefully. Again, I don't go back and watch my interviews because I don't want to listen to myself, to be honest. But either way, guys, that's the update for all of the funds, right? All of the freaking funds. I cover TSLY, NVDY, Misty in more detail, Cony and AMZY, high level. Hopefully that helped out. Now, I'm not going to look at pre-market because it doesn't really matter, right? We had some after hours, but we do have pre-market, you know, Monday morning, and that's what matters, right? So we have the whole weekend. We don't really care at the moment. So that's pretty much where we're going to end on that. Now, I'm going to cover some options trading I did yesterday. I only did one trade, but I also want to show you how I've been doing from inception. So if I get out of here and I go back to the photos, I did do a trade yesterday, which I could pull up. Here it is, SOXL. Currently I have, you know, active trades in TSLL and TNA, which I was fine with just using the two. However, neither was red yesterday. So I'm like, you know what? SOXL was slightly red. Let me get this one in. Let me get this. And I did. I sold a put. Expiration date of next Friday, October 4th. Strike price $35. I got 92 cents. 92 cents times 100 for what the one contract is $92. So again, boom, boom, boom. I love it. Really good week. And I'll show you the weekly numbers for the options lovers. So if I could zoom in here, we go here. What was, 927. You see on the very bottom, I made 474 for the week. I have capital fronted, which is the second to last column. I put up 16,550 for those puts. These are all puts for the most part, because I don't own any shares right now. I'm still outside the wheel, waiting to get in the wheel, waiting to get assigned. I'm actually begging for assignment. So I yielded 2.86% on just puts, which is pretty damn good. So 474, no, it's not a record, of course, but it is very, very good. And obviously, you could see from the very top where this all started. I started my journey. I shared each and every week. But I started this in what? February 16th, my first week, I made $35. I was only trading with 1,000. And then I got comfortable and I used 1950, then 2,000, then 3,500, right? So it was fluctuating. And then I got more aggressive as time went on because, as I mentioned, I've done options trading for a long time. I kind of took a break because I didn't trust myself. Now I'm beginning to trust myself and trust my strategy, and it's beginning to make a solid weekly income, which ended up being a really good income for the month. And that gets added to my Retire Now account income on top of the high yielders. Now, again, I know, yes, I'm going to make a video on my strategy, whiteboard style, someday when I do have time. So bear with me for that. But in the meantime, I will check out today's video when I do the weekly updates. I'll show you in detail all the trades I did and where they stand heading into next week, and obviously what I closed out for this week. But yeah, really good stuff. So that's the update on essentially everything, on options, on YieldMax, on whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to pin RexShare's video, the interview from yesterday, to the top. Please check it out. It was one, the guy, he doesn't do many YouTube interviews, but he was a really nice guy. He's a good interview for sure. So I'd like to have him back maybe 3 to 6 months when they have more funds coming out. He did talk about SEPI. That's a crypto version of what they do. So that's going to be interesting. And but yeah, again, check it out. And also, if you enjoy this content, we talked about it earlier. We're shooting for 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes on this video before the Monday recap video happens. So I think we could do it. So let's do it. Any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, yeah, we'll try again maybe on Monday. Keyword day, I guess keyword is I kind of feel blah, which doesn't really matter. Most people know when you have kids and you get sick as an adult, it doesn't really matter. Like there is no getting, rest. There's no time to really get better. You just have to function as normal. So nothing changes when you get sick as an adult, and that's unfortunate. But hopefully, it's a quick pass through. Let's just hope that. But the keyword is not I'm sick. The keyword is 1,000 likes. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it and you want to help me hit 1,000 likes, just type 1,000 likes and then make sure you hit the like too. And then we'll celebrate. We'll celebrate on Monday if we hit that goal. If not, we will all cry together. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this far into the video, and I will talk to you later.